Hello everyone, welcome. It's Joe from SquareXO. This is episode 7. Once again, I'm joined by Dan.
Hi there everybody.
And we're back. It's been a quiet news week as usual for January, but it's starting to get a bit busier now. Next week's releases are looking like they're picking up. There's quite a few games coming out next week, so hopefully the news will pick up also. So before we start, let's just talk about the things we talk about. I've got a new thing to add to the list this week. Don't forget, you can follow us on @square_XO. Our website is squarexo.co.uk. There's the youtube.com/JohansonWater. And now there's also Twitch TV.
Hooray!
SquareXO. Just search for SquareXO on Twitch TV because I can't remember how you say it. Twitch.tv/SquareXO probably. And I think that's everything in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes every week. Is that written down?
I know, and then I'll just say yes every week. People know this by now.
Yeah, iTunes, blah, blah, blah. But I'd just like to mention it again, just in case we've got new listeners or whatever, and so they can find us and come and join in with the chat. So yeah. Good stuff. As you can hear, my cold is kind of getting there. It was a bit full on last week, but I think it's getting better now. So I might not
Good news.
Cough so much during the podcast.
That's why I haven't got a word in edgeways yet. Joe's back to normal.
Yeah, I'm back to normal. Never shut up. Speaking of not shutting up, before we start news, I got a rant about gamedigital.co.uk.
Yeah, I did. I tweeted back at you about this one.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
go
so
for
angry
it.
at them. Well, I just saw this. I was at the gym today and I saw this email and it just saying, "Oh, get a Switch for $139.99." I'm thinking, "Oh, that could be alright." So I look at the email a bit closer. It's going, when you trade in an iPhone 6, a Xbox One S, or a PlayStation 4. And I'm thinking, well, that's a bit of a rip-off. So I looked into it a bit more and I noticed that they're doing it different things. So if you trade in an iPhone 7 or something, you get it for 99p. Something like that.
Because that's a good idea, isn't it? Because you've got a phone that you're going to ring people on, but I don't need that anymore. I'll
trade in a £700 phone and get a £279 thing for 99. The fact they still make you pay 99p for it is a bloody cheek, I reckon.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's that, and then there's the PS4 Pro, which really annoyed me because it's out of stock everywhere. So currently, game lists it on their website for £469 because know how they've got a marketplace. So this is one of their third-party sellers because they don't have it in stock. So their third-party seller is selling it for £469. Now, if it was in stock at game and you bought it brand new, it'd be £350. So say this, you buy PS4 Pro for £350 and then the week after Switch comes out and you think to yourself, oh,
I made a mistake.
Fancy the Switch. I'm going to go and trade this in at game, and game go, there you go, £200 will give, £250 will give you for that. You owe us £49.99, but I paid you $350 for this console, so how come I need to pay you another £50 to get the Switch, which is about £70 cheaper? So realistically, it's costing you £400 for a Switch if you trade in your PS4 Pro, and you know fine well that game will sell that PS4 Pro that they don't have in stock for £350. So they're making a tidy, £120 profit or something.
I don't like to bash businesses and companies, but I have a real problem with kind of game and the way they do their second-hand market. I just don't agree with it, and I understand that people buy second-hand to save £1 or £2 here and there, which, fair enough, you save £1 and £2, but like their pricing should be fairer for second-hand. After all, game take all the profit of a second-hand sale.
Exactly.
None of it goes back into the industry.
None of them get a cut. No one gets a cut. Yet they're just ripping people off. Fair enough, offer the service, but if you're going to offer the service, then do it fairly. And that's the problem with there being no competition in the sort of high street. I mean, you've got CEX now, who I would say are probably fairer than game when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, their prices. They
still price just £1 or £2 after, like less than a new copy though. Like, I always remember I bought a game from. I don't buy from them anymore, but a few years back I bought a new game, and the guy at the till was like, "Oh, for £1.50 less, you can have it second hand," and it's like, well, no, I don't want it for £1.50 less that someone else has played. It's like,
Yeah, when it comes to CX, you're actually buying I wouldn't buy second-hand stuff off them because they're worse than Game in that respect. Because got a PSVR, they might charge £500 for it, where Game won't charge over retail. So when it comes to them actually selling stuff, CX is dreadful. They're probably worse than Game, but when it comes to sort of giving them things, you can at least get a bit more back. Probably because they'll sell it for more than the retail price.
Especially if it's, like you say, out of stock. It is frustrating that there isn't a decent game shop around anymore. Even online, there's not much, really.
Yeah.
Is there?
Because
even game online is crap.
See, that's the problem you have. That game of no competition when it comes to trading towards other... Because you can't trade towards new games in CEX, can you? So the only place you can go on the high street to trade your old stuff to get a new thing is Game.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else in the high street, and they're taking advantage of it and ripping people off. And their prices in store are already disgusting. Sometimes they'll charge £10 more in store than they do on their own website.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan. I never have been. Ever since they swallowed up GameStation.
I used to quite like GameStation as well. They used to be a bit more... I felt GameStation were a bit more gamer related, like gamer focused. I feel Game is just trying to catch mums and dads who don't really have a clue, and that's a bit unfair, I suppose. Some of the staff are probably good and fair and that, but I just feel that it's a sales environment, isn't it? Game, they're just out to make the biggest profit regardless of who they screw over.
No doubt about it, and that's why they went bust first time round, and that's probably why they'll go bust again, to be honest. I mean, you can see like December there, they were saying they never made much profit. It's because everyone knows what they're like. It's because everybody's a bit like, well, who shops at Game? I'm going to Amazon or whatever, or Monster Shop or whatever.
I just think if they drop their prices by £10 or gave themselves parity with some online stores, people would flock to the shop because they'd be selling at fair prices, and then they'd probably turn bigger profits.
Exactly. I mean, if they were fair, I wouldn't mind them, but the fact is they're not. I mean, I use Curry's as a good example because I used to think Curry's were a complete rip-off. I'd go in there, see a fridge freezer and think, all right, okay, I'll buy that from Amazon or John Lewis or whatever. But now you get into Curry's, they actually price match. They actually try and match with their own website. Their own website has prices the same as their store. They try and price match with John Lewis and Amazon stuff. When you look at the prices, they're never far off, and sometimes they're cheaper. And they've done it. I'd say they've done it right, and that's probably why they've survived. Whereas Dixon's or whoever else it was have gone. Curry's Comet, wasn't it? They've gone.
There is only Curry's now, isn't there? I think.
Yeah, because they've done it right. They've struck the good balance between online and store.
I've always thought if there was a game shop that kind of mirrored how Waterstones works, that would be better. Because Waterstones, although the books are still slightly more expensive than what they are if you order them online, there's kind of a better environment, and the people in there they all read the books, so they give their personal recommendations, and there's little signs up by the books that tell you about it, and they have fairly good offers, and just the environment of that bookshop is quite nice. And I feel that when you go in Game, you're kind of pounced on. You're you buy this, do you want this, and this with it? It's a really kind of forceful environment. And I know books and games are slightly different in that you can buy a book for £3 or £4 or £5 or whatever, but I don't know, I feel that there is a gap in the market to have a decent shop where you can go in and engage with the staff and other people who know about games.
Yeah, I totally agree. I definitely think a store run correctly would do well, but I don't think Games I think Games' reputation's kind of in tatters, and I can't see them really turning it around so that they could be the store in the street that everyone wants. But then I also think to myself, well, most people shop online now because it's just more convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear by Amazon. I use Amazon for everything. I mean, anything I can think of, or I wonder if it's an Amazon, especially games. I mean, I've always used Amazon for games. I've never really used any other shops.
Yeah, so I've used it. I'd still rather go to a shop and buy something. If the price was the same, I'd rather go into town and go to the shop and pick it up myself.
See, I don't think I would, because I know I would get it the next day, and I know it'll pop through the door and I can play it straight away. I don't need to. It depends how close you live to
Yeah,
town. I mean, I live quite far away from town, so in that respect, I probably
yeah,
wouldn't bother. Plus, getting into Brighton Town's a nightmare.
yeah.
But
Parking's
the place is
extortionate as well.
terrible. You can,
Yeah,
I mean, you just can't park anywhere. That's the thing about it. It's that there's nowhere to park. You have to park into the shopping centre, but actually getting to the shopping centre because of the one-way system's a nightmare.
yeah,
So, like, it's just you think about all that. Oh, I could get a train, but the nearest train station to me is one stop away from the main centre. So I may as well walk by the time I get there. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Because the
yeah.
trains here's terrible as well. There's no sort of out of town stations sort of linking the whole town.
But then you're probably mirroring most of the populace. So us saying game's not great and there's space for another shop in the market or on the high street. Maybe there just isn't. Maybe that isn't. Maybe people are like you and they don't want to go into town anymore. They just want to order it and receive it the next day and don't enjoy going to spend money in the shop.
Sit at home, fancy that game, quick, one button order, it's here the next day. Why bother with the shop? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not laziness either, it's just the fact that if you want to go into town, you want to go in for more than one reason. That's the way I see it, because it's like, it's quite a far away and it actually costs money, doesn't it? So by the time you go there, it's cost, and you'll get something to eat when you're out, you'll get a drink, you'll have to pay for petrol or the train or whatever.
Yeah.
You're probably going to spend an extra 20 quid to get the game.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Because you're paying lunch and all that, whereas you press the button at home, you've got it. You've probably got it cheaper, and you've got it faster probably as well.
Yeah, and I think normally if I pre-order, I'd order online because you get it the day before you could get it if you went to the shop as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and there's all these people at midnight lunches and you're sitting playing the game.
Yeah. Although I do quite like going to a midnight launch of a console. There is an atmosphere there that, that I remember I got my Nintendo 3DS at midnight launch and it was quite exciting, but I probably wouldn't do it nowadays, I don't know.
No, I suppose it could be quite exciting. But yeah, so there was a wee rant.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm feeling better when I'm back ranting again.
Definitely.
Oh, but it just wound me up this morning. Then I had the argument on Twitter. Well, I tried to have an argument on Twitter, but everyone agreed with me, so it's a bit hard to argue.
Just agreeing with yourself.
So hopefully someone will disagree on this podcast so that I can argue with them. Yeah.
If someone out there thinks that's a fair deal.
But the game CEO, he's got, well, I think you're wrong.
Yeah. Crazy world they live in. But yeah. News-wise then, other than that, what's been going on?
Oh, not what as usual. The MPD results showed that the PlayStation 4 was the top-selling console in the US for 2016, and for both last month, December, and basically for the whole of 2016, whereas the game that was the best-selling in terms of revenue was Infinity Warfare, even though it was only out since November. That was also the best-selling game in December. So there you go.
Infinite Warfare.
What did I say?
Infinity.
Oh, so I'm muddling up the...
It's almost the same.
I'm muddling up the developer with the game.
That's next year's COD, yeah.
Yeah, so...
It's not really news, is it, that the PS4 was the best-selling console last year?
That's not really news, that's kind of obvious. But apparently Xbox done really well. But we got the total figures as well. I think PlayStation 4 worldwide is now on 55 million, whereas Xbox One is on 25 million.
Is it that big a gulf? Wow.
Yeah, so it's a good 2-1, over 2-1, isn't it? So that's...
all right. Scorpio will sell 30 million and they'll catch up and overtake.
I think Scorpio is a complete failure before it comes out. I think it's a bit like PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm not saying PlayStation 4 Pro is a failure, but I think it's not really a big seller from what I've heard. And I get the feeling it's just a case of the people who want that little bit extra power can have it, and the ones that don't probably won't bother. And I think it's the same with Scorpio. I think the reason Scorpio's had it before it begins is because the message is already too muddled. Oh, no exclusives is coming out for it. What is it then? It's a PS4 Pro. Oh, but it's 4K. Oh, but why does that matter? Because it's still playing the same games that have the developers making already. So it's not really going to show off the power of the system that much.
It's a tough sell, I suppose, at that point. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, what is it? It's an Xbox One. I think people forget that. Everybody's sort of shouting to the rooftops, oh, Scorpio's going to be amazing. Scorpio is an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So it's not going to be any more amazing than PS4 Pro. Sure, the games might look a bit prettier because they'll be native 4K. They might even run a little bit better, but they're still the same games. They're not going to be different games. There's not going to be a special game for it that you can't play anywhere else.
So there's not many special games for Xbox One anymore, because they flipping cancelled Scalebound, didn't they, which was an exclusive that kind of pissed quite a lot of people off. I don't think, there's not many first-party Microsoft games now.
What are they? State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves. I say Sea of Thieves like that because I think it looks rubbish.
Yeah.
And that's it.
There's not much, is there, basically? Yeah.
What's the big deal with Sea of Thieves that everybody's making it out the next big thing or something? Because it looks terrible.
I've not heard of it.
It's basically,
I'm just Googling.
It's a co-op game where you all basically control a pirate ship together.
Right. Yeah.
But
it's not going to be very narrative based.
It's from Rare, so that's probably why everybody's making a big deal about it. But didn't people make a big deal about the last Rare game? And it was.
I was going to say, what was the last good game Rare made?
Yeah, I can't even remember because the last one I can remember is Cameo. That's how.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's all about ukulele, isn't it? Really, that's more of a Rare game.
Yeah, I don't think Rare's made a decent game since Cameo, personally. They made Viva Pinata, to be fair, that was good. So
when they shoved on...
I'll take that back. Viva Pinata was good.
They were shoved on Kinect duties, though, weren't they?
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I feel a bit bad for saying they hadn't, because Viva Pinata was a good game. But after that, after they were done with them, I think they made a Banjo and Kazooie, but I didn't really like that game. And then they went to Kinect duties, and since then they kind of disappeared. And now they're back, but they're making a Sea of Thieves, but it's not the same team anymore because all talented people have left to make ukulele and left to go to other studios. So
okay, so have a guess. What year did Viva Pinata come out?
Oh, that was an Xbox 360 game, so that must have been 2000 and... Oh, that's a long time ago. 2008 or 10?
It says 2006 on...
I was going to say that first, actually, because I was thinking maybe Cameo. I can't remember when the Xbox 360 came out. It must have been 2000.
It's a long time ago, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
long time.
That was probably their last. Cameo came out before that, because that was an Xbox 360 launch title, I think.
Cameo is 2005, so the year before.
I was thinking 2006, but then I thought Cameo would be round about then, so that's why I went a bit later.
Yeah.
But, so there you go. So this Sea of Thieves, it's another one of these. Oh, it must be good because it's Rare, but it's a bit like people going, oh, Switch must be good because it's Nintendo. It's like, yeah, maybe 10 years ago it'd have been good. You know what I mean? People are still living in the past with things got Rare, things got Sonic, when everybody's hoping the next Sonic game will always be good and it's always a complete failure.
Yeah. It's just
Sonic Retro, which is, I think it's called what's it called again? Sonic Mania. Which, that looks good. That's coming out for Switch, but that's a kind of throwback to the old games, so that's the reason it looks good. But I don't know if they've just remastered them. They still looked a bit pixelated to me in the video, so I don't know if they've just took the originals and remastered them slightly. And I know they've added new levels and stuff like that, so I don't know if that's all it is, the originals with new levels and stuff.
I don't know about it. I haven't read up on it.
That's one we need to look into. That could be okay, but I mean, I'm not really interested in playing Sonic 1 again, know what I mean? If they're going to remaster it, do it properly with HD graphics and stuff, and let's have a look at it then. But even still, am I that bothered about playing a game that old? Can you not make a game in that style, but brand new, and give us it?
It does say it's 2D Sonic is back in an all-new adventure. Apparently.
Does it? Well, we'll see then. Because I thought the way I read the description was he's back with new levels and stuff, and it made it sound like some of the old levels would be there.
Yeah, it does look like old school Sonic.
Yeah, and then I saw the video and I thought, well, it kind of looks the same, but I could see new bits, but I thought I could see old bits, so we'll see. We'll not worry about that. But yeah. So what was I wondering about again? I'm in a real...
I don't know, we were talking about the news
today,
and then went off topic. Yeah, I know, happy days. I'm glad I'm not sat in Brighton with you.
Yeah, that's me back to my normal self, you see. Back to my... See, when we record the podcast and I'm on the evening, I'm tired and I'm not really thinking. Sunday I've had a bit of rest and I'm back to my normal chatty self. Hold on, I need to cough.
I got a good bit of news whilst Joe's turned his mic off. I don't know where he's gone. But it was announced that Future Lab's game Velocity 2X is getting a physical release. I don't know if you... There was a PS Plus game when it first came out. So it's been out a while, but yeah, they've managed to secure it coming out on disc and on PS4 and Vita as well, which is really good news. Did you ever play it?
A bit hard for me, but yeah, I did play it.
Brilliant game. Like, it is one of those games that it is hard, but the more you play it, you start to kind of... It's more about the rhythm of pressing the buttons that you get into rather than watching what's happening, if that makes sense. So you do watch the screen, but it's like doing one big long combo, and it becomes really satisfying. But that's great for that studio because I've been following them for quite a number of years now, and they were small. They're based in Brighton, so they're near you. They've released 3 or 4 really good games now, so to start having physical releases is quite big news for them, I think. So
yeah, I know them anyway. I've been for drinks with them a few times and stuff. James and his wife, who works with his wife. Yeah, I know them.
So it's great news, isn't it? To see a small studio like that start to make that transition. So
yeah, they do well, because I've known them since, well, quite far back, because I'd go to develop and they were always there and we would go for drinks, have a chat, and there's sometimes these sort of nights out they have in Brighton called Game... I can't remember what it's called now, but it's some sort of game gathering anyway with developers and journalists and all that who have in Brighton, and they just have Brighton game drinks, I think it's called. And they just have it in a pub once a month, so I sometimes go along to that, and they're usually there, some others. So yeah, they're quite nice guys, and glad they're doing well, because they deserve it, and they've got their next game's a VR game, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be a kind of, well, I don't know actually, I was going to say I'd imagine it'd be kind of a similar action shooter, but you never know. Like you say, they're talented guys, and I'm sure that they have new creative ideas to input.
Yeah, so, I'm sure it'll be good anyway. I still see VR's doing quite well actually, because it's been out of stock for ages, but I noticed it came back in stock, and I saw quite a lot of people tweeting that theirs was coming and stuff, so I think people still want it, but just Sony's went off a silent about talking about it, really, that's all.
They've gone silent over a lot of stuff though, haven't they? Let's be honest. Yeah. They're more focusing on the games again, I think which
the next big thing they're going to be talking about is Horizon. That's their big push next.
But that's only like a month. We're at the end of Jan now. It comes out at the beginning of March.
Yeah, they're already pushing it quite well, I think, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward. I'm definitely buying that, money or no money.
Yeah, it looks good. I haven't pre-ordered it yet again, but then I'm jumping on another bandwagon in March, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I've got the Switch pre-ordered. I'm definitely getting the Horizon first and playing that, fight it out.
It's also my wife's 30th in March, so money is going to be a little bit tight. Anyway.
Well. Okay, right, Capcom revealed the entirety of the season pass for Resident Evil 7, that was in the past, and now they've also announced free DLC in addition to the season pass. The DLC is called Not a Hero, and it's like it's going to be different than Ethan's Nightmare, which is in the main story of Resident Evil 7, but it's going to be given for free, so that's quite cool.
That's nice. That, like what we were talking about last week, how it's annoying that you have to re-buy more content or sign up to season passes and whatnot, so that's really good that I'm surprised actually that Capcom are giving it away free. It's not like them.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And also Capcom has confirmed that Resident Evil 7 isn't coming to Nintendo Switch. So there we go.
Yeah. No surprises
there. Switch fans. But then don't expect to see many big name third party titles on the Nintendo Switch. If you think you're going to get them, then I think you can think again, really.
Yeah.
EA actually said, sticking with that sort of news, EA actually said, we're releasing FIFA for Switch. We think it's a good console. And then we're going to see how it does. And then we'll review our third party plans. So basically, we're going to let it release, see how it does. If it doesn't sell, we're not going to support it. So it's Wii U all over again for the EA already.
Yeah. Well, EA don't tend to support anything other than the kind of main home consoles they do. I mean, they drop Vita support pretty quick as well. They don't do anything on mobile. I know that it's slightly different, but
yeah, they would if it sold. They would if Vita had sold pure 50 million already, like PS4 did, they would have been all over it. Do you know what I mean?
Do they do anything on 3DS though? Saying that, because 3DS has a huge install base.
Yeah,
I don't think they do much on that.
But I'm sure I'm sure they would focus, because obviously all their money comes from things like FIFA and Madden and all that. That's where the majority of their money comes from. Maybe some of their third party sort of different IPs. I mean, like Battlefront and Battlefield, but mostly their money comes from their main sort of.
Need for Speed's quite a big seller as well, but that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you can understand why they stick to what they stick to, because that's where it's played mostly on those consoles. But I'm just saying, if everybody all of a sudden bought a Switch and wanted to play it on there, they would make it if they had to.
Yeah, no, it's true. Did you see? Talking of kind of that though, remember we touched upon that most people would be buying a Switch anyway to kind of go next to their PS4.
Yeah.
I did just quickly touch on it. I did a poll on Twitter. Admittedly, it was on the SquareXO one, so it's going to be mainly PlayStation users, but only 9%, and we only had 86 votes, but 9% said they were buying it as their main system. That's probably 9% jokers out there. But yeah, most people said they'd either be buying it to accompany their PS4, or they wouldn't be buying it because they've got a PS4. So like if EA are going to release FIFA or Madden or whatever, most people are probably going to buy it for PS4, even if they own a Switch anyway. So it's pointless probably to release it on a Switch. I think we said that last week though as well. We won't talk about it too much this week.
You heard it here first. Dan said it's pointless to release a Switch.
No. Whatever. I'm not arguing with you.
All they need to do is release Pokemon on Switch. Pokemon sold 4.5 million units in the US alone.
I don't like Pokemon
impressive.
Games.
Oh, it's good. I like it. I prefer Animal Crossing.
I'm not interested in that either.
Stardew Valley's coming to Switch. Yay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to play it because it's not really a yay. Because I mean,
you've already ploughed your hours into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm still ploughing more on it, no doubt. I did stream it on our new Twitch channel yesterday. So you should follow us on Twitch because I'll do some streaming now and again. It's when I feel like it, but I'll try and do it more because I quite enjoyed that. My favourite highlight of it was when I tried to milk a chicken. Completely accidentally. Never worked.
Any milk?
I tried accidentally milked a chicken. It didn't make me laugh though. So
yeah, I might stream some stuff as well when I'm grinding out some trophies at some point. Yes. If people want to watch me spend hours and hours racing rally cars or whatnot.
It's good to do. I was just chatting away to myself on the Twitch.
Yeah. I got another bit of news from my end as well. I did put a tweet out again about it, but we've had over 5,000 downloads on the podcast.
Woohoo!
So 5,190 we're at. That's good. It's not too bad, is it?
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, thanks everyone.
I noticed someone was desperate to listen tonight on their way to work, but I don't know if we'll get it up in time for them. Who knows? I don't know when they're going to work.
No, that's what I was. Yeah, I thought that as well. Because if they mean for tomorrow morning, then they might be in luck. So. Yeah,
they'll be all right for tomorrow, I would think.
But if they're already at work now,
they'll need to listen later. So we've not talked about much news, but there isn't really a lot. We will organise a whole bunch of news for the beginning of each podcast if there is anything worth talking about. But there's no point just going through a whole bunch of it that is a bit fillers, really, for the sake of it, is it?
No, we're better off just chatting as we are.
worth talking about if it's something worth talking about, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I'm sure I had something else to say. I can't remember.
Well, I am, again, more from me. I'll keep piping up. So I got the platinum on Sebastian Loeb Rally last night and tweeted it at the guys that made it. And they replied. So I said, what are they working on now? And they kind of tweeted back saying they're not ready to talk about anything, but it won't be long. So they're Milestone Studios. So they made that rally game. They also make Ride 2, which is the motorbike racing game.
Yeah.
So they're racing game specialists, but by the sounds of it, they're going to have something to announce
I've
soon.
just remembered something important. Micro Machines.
Oh, yeah.
It jogged my memory. Micro Machines got announced. How can I not remember that? That's a bad news worth talking about.
Yeah, you
That's
broke
been
that
made
news.
I did break that news. I said, you heard that exclusively on this podcast last week, did you not?
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's been announced, like I said it would. And it's by Just Add Water, are actually making the console ports. Codemaster's doing the PC, Just Add Water's doing the PS4 and Xbox One. Just Add Water's the people who make Oddworld.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah,
And,
so good.
There was another, what was that other game they made? Gravity Crash, I think it's called.
I've just Googled them and it is all Oddworld that's come up.
Yeah, I think they made a game, I don't know if it was on Vita, Gravity Crash. I think that's what it was called.
Oh, they did Volume.
Aye, they probably ported that.
Yeah, well, I'm still playing that. That's a solid port. So
Type in Gravity Crash and see if I'm right.
Gravity Crash Ultra. Yeah.
Did you ever play that? It's quite good.
No, I didn't. Is it a bit like Geometry Wars? That's what it looks like. You probably didn't play that, did you? Twin stick shooter.
I think it's a bit like Pixel Junk. What's it called?
Yeah, Pixel's Junk Shooter, wasn't it? It was just simply called that.
Kind of similar to that, I think. Yeah, that was a great game, wasn't it? Pixel Junk Shooter, I like that game.
Yeah, all the Pixel Junk games are good, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where have they gone these
Codemasters. Let's go back to Micro Machines because I love Micro Machines. Absolutely adore it. That was a game I absolutely loved, and I always wondered when it would come back. I mean, I know they released one on the mobiles, and it was rubbish. So this one, I've been told, is hoping to rival Rocket League.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I can imagine that's what they're going for. Did you ever have it on the Mega Drive where it had the 2 extra ports on the cartridge so you could play 4-player?
Oh, it was so quality. Great game. I loved it. I loved the bathtub one, and I asked was there going to be a bathtub level in it, and they said not yet.
There will be, I'm sure.
It might be, but we're going to get the pool table and the breakfast table, and apparently now the weapons are Nerf guns.
I haven't.
I saw someone Nerf guns.
Someone said they were disappointed that there were weapons in it, but
there always was, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought there was as well.
There always was, because you could blow up the other enemies and stuff. So you would that's all there was. It wasn't like Mario Kart where you could drop things behind you and things. I think you could just fire weapons, because remember there was tanks in it, wasn't there?
Oh, you're asking me to go back a long way in my memory banks.
I'm sure there's tanks.
Yeah.
So, but it's just the weapons now are Nerf, so I think that's quite cool. And I think it'll be good. I'm excited about that. It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One and PC.
If it's got couch multiplayer as well, that'd be good.
I think it does.
Because
what I've heard,
kind of missing that with a lot of games these days. So that would be nice. A bit like Overcooked again. Get 3 mates round and play 4-player on the telly. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure for what I've heard it does. But I think it's going to have multiplayer as well online, I think. So yeah, it should be good. Quite excited for that. It's coming out in April 21st, I believe.
Oh, that soon as well.
Yeah, wow. That's kind of what I remember.
Wonder if it'd be a PS Plus game.
Yeah. Not if it's coming out in April 21st. That would be the start of the month.
Yeah, no, good point.
Also, there's something else coming out in April. Ukulele, that's what it is. Ukulele's coming out in April as well. I knew there was something else, and I was trying to think what it was. It was that.
And speaking of that as well, I was looking at pre-order prices again. That's such a good price. Like that, I think it's sub £30 everywhere. So, I'm not only is it looking like a great game, it looks like they're price pointing it at a good place as well. So I hope it does well.
It's got a lot of hype. But see, again, it's a bit like the Rare thing, though, isn't it? It's a bit like this Sea of Thieves where it's pure hype to the ceiling. And what I'm keeping my expectations in check because it is a small team. And if you think about the last small team where their game was hyped to bits was No Man's Sky. And
Game of the year last year.
It was just too hyped, though.
Yeah, it was overhyped. Definitely.
Ukulele is another overhyped game. Everyone, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, but No Man's Sky looked great, didn't it? But Ukulele's overhyped, so just remember that.
Rein it in a bit.
That's what I'm telling people now. That's what I'm advising people. Just remember it's a small team and don't put your expectations too high. And then if it is a 10 out of 10 game and it's amazing, then great. You won't be disappointed. But if your expectations of a small team are through the roof, like they were with No Man's Sky, then you're going to be disappointed no matter how good it is. So just calm it down a bit, and then see. That's what I'm telling people.
Yes, Dad.
I've not said that about this game yet, but I think I should, because as good as it looks, I can't see it being that good.
It is also a 3D platformer, and so it's going to be old school in some ways. So I think people need to bear that in mind as well. It's kind of hard.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's going to be dreadful. I'm just saying I think people need to just keep their expectations in check. That's all. Because sometimes I think you can get a bit carried away and go over the top when it comes to hyping games up, and then getting far too what's the word, excited about it.
Yeah, and then they get disappointed and want to kill people because it's not like they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I blame journalists a lot of the time as well. I mean, they're not half hyping this game up really badly. I mean, and they do it all the time. They've done it with Titanfall, and they do it with everything. I don't understand it myself. I mean, I'm a journalist, obviously. I don't do that. I don't pure mega overhyped games. I don't think. I get excited about them, but I don't think I pure go over the top.
No.
I think I just like to keep grounded and then play it and then go on about it how great it is.
I think you've got to be able to play it before you draw too many conclusions. If something looks great, then that's fine. But I think until you've played it, how can you have an opinion? How can all these people be reviewing things on Amazon before they're released and stuff? That kind of rubbish.
There was an absolutely classic Switch review on Amazon. It was brilliant. Somebody wrote it, but it was just like he was saying how he was in the future.
Oh, really?
And I can't remember the exact review, but the bit that made me laugh is he goes, I thought I was the only one, but with the other 75 people who've reviewed the game, I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
No,
oh, good.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
Try and find that if you can, because it's funny.
He sounds awesome. Let's get him on.
Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy to hype games once I've played them. I mean, I'm being a journalist, I've been to many preview events which all these people who hype the games go to, and that's why they're hyping them, because they've played at one level. And it's like, sometimes it's just, most of the time I go to a preview event, I end up disappointed. Quantum Break being a good example. I was playing that and I was sitting there thinking, this isn't going to be any good. This is going to disappoint a lot of people. And I think I was right.
Yeah, and, I remember that, Jay. I remember we were speaking about that, yeah.
And another one, Too Human, I think I played, and I was like, oh, this is dreadful. And it was. The whole game was dreadful. I mean, I've been to so many preview events where I've just thought to myself, oh no. And I've seen that it's a 7 out of 10 or whatever, but you don't want to tell the developer that. You're going, yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing. But you have to say that, then they give you a free copy, and then you can slag it off once you've got the disc in your hands.
Yeah, and then you see all these other previews talking up how great it is, and you're thinking to yourself, well, you're playing the same game as me.
Yeah. Everyone's got different opinions, though, aren't they?
Maybe I'm just too honest. Maybe I'm just, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm not caught up in the hype anymore, because I think I probably was when I first started out. And you're getting all these free sandwiches and they're treating you really nice and acting as if they're your best friend and stuff, and sort of going out their way to make you feel welcome and stuff. But obviously that's what PR people do. I mean, if you ever meet PR people, they're the most friendliest people in the world, because that's their job, to be the most friendliest people in the world. Know what I mean?
Well, the clue's in the job title, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of journalists, especially ones starting out, forget that these people are there to promote the game. They're not your best friend. They're there to make sure you think it's the best game in the world, because that's their job, isn't it? It's their job to make you think it's the best game in the world. So whenever you talk to PR people, they're always really nice and friendly. I'm not saying they're two-faced or whatever. I'm just saying that should be their demeanour. That's their job. They're just jobs to be outgoing, friendly, and make you just think, wow, he's great and this is the best game in the world.
But speaking of PR people, we've been contacted by a couple recently, and they are nice, aren't they? Like, it's nice to be contacted by them, and the reason we've got games to give away and things to review is because PR people are getting in touch with us.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm not knocking them at all. I'm just saying they're good at what they do. They're really nice. And like, the thing is, that's the way it is. That's their job. They do a great job of selling the game and making you feel like you're the best person in the world and it's the best game in the world. And that's, I think, just sometimes what I'm saying is I think sometimes people forget that.
Yeah, definitely. They're basically glorified poo polishers. If the game's rubbish, anyway.
Yeah, they must see. That's when it must be a tough job when the game's terrible, because they know it's terrible. They're gamers. They're not daft. They know it's a terrible game, and sometimes I've had a few say to me, "Okay, hold on, I need cough again."
Oh no! I thought it had gone, Joe.
Oh, it's because I'm talking so much.
Yeah.
So I've had a few say to me sometimes when I've wrote a really bad review, and I've sent them the link to the review, and I've went, "Oh, sorry," and they've just went, "Oh, don't worry about it," as if to say we know it's terrible. But yeah,
speaking of reviews, you've done 3 this week.
Yeah,
should we run down them, please?
So I've done 3 after. I've done Flame of Flood, Quest of Dungeons, and the PlayStation headset. Is that the 3 we're talking about?
That's it. That is the 3, yeah.
Oh, Quest of Dungeons, let's start with. Now, this is a sort of totally old school, sort of 16-bit dungeon platform. Think Gauntlet. I've remembered Gauntlet. It's kind of like that, except it's
I remember.
Top down, one hero. The hero, there's 4 heroes. You've got a ranger, I think it's ranger, assassin. Warrior, assassin.
So basically, you pick a job class, do you? Like an old school Final Fantasy. Your character.
I think the other one's a monk or something similar to a monk, and it's either, and it might be a thief or a ranger. Oh no, it must be a ranger because one's got a bow. So it's somewhat. There's 4 enemy, and basically you go in the dungeon, but only one of you go in, because what's the use of the other 3 getting killed? Basically, and then so you go and you explore the dungeon. It's sort of randomly generated, I think. So you go and attack stuff, and basically if you get killed, you need to start again.
Right. Okay.
So it's quite tough. He's a bit stupid now and again, so you can kind of, if once you figure out what they're doing, you can kind of get through it. But it is quite tough, but it's all right. I mean, it's nothing. Yeah. It's not going to set well. In fact, like I said in my review, I think I said, what did I say? It's tough.
You put it as hard as nails. Yeah.
There was something I said, and the developer retweeted what I said. He must have watched my review and then retweeted a quote from the review that I can't remember what it was, but I was quite pleased with it. I thought, that was a good thing to say, and then he obviously picked out, agreed with me, and tweeted that bit.
That's the quote on the box. When they...
It was something along the lines of, it'll push your patience to the limit. Because it's tough, so then you'll have to start again, that sort of thing. But yeah. So no, it's alright. Flame of Flood, that surprised me. That's a really good game. You played it yet?
Yeah, I've spent an hour or so with it as well. It looks amazing, doesn't it? I love the style of it. For something that I'd not heard of till recently, it's actually really polished. It looks great, sounds great.
It's obviously gathering some interest because our review's doing quite well.
Yeah, it's obviously... been released previously, and this is, well, as the title says, the complete edition. But
but the reviews had like 500 views so far, so it's not that old, so that's quite good. So obviously people have sort of seen what it looks like and thinking, oh, this looks okay. But it's actually really good. The idea of it, I like the idea when you just go along finding bits and crafting them, and to the bits you need to survive, and then going along in the raft, and you can upgrade your raft and stuff. I like all that.
Yeah, it is a bit like No Man's Sky in the sense that you just start. There's no tutorials really. There's a few pop-ups, but there's no real explanation. It's just off you go, fend for yourself, and keep trying to see what works and what doesn't work. And the first little bit, you're a bit like, oh, I'm not sure, but you start to pick it up. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, I like it. I'll be playing a lot more of that once I get away from Stardew Valley, which I can't seem to get myself away from. But once I get away from it, I'll go back to that, I think. So I like it. It's good.
Yeah. Should we announce our winner for that whilst we're talking about
it? Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So obviously we ran a retweet competition. So the developers or a PR guy got in touch with us about it and was kind enough to give us both a copy and also a copy to give away. So we did the retweet competition, and the winner of that is at Jeff P. Banks. So Jeff Banks, if you're listening, which I hope you are, drop us a DM and we'll forward you across the code. It's not only the game you get the theme and some avatars for your PSN account as well. I've set the theme as my main theme on the PS4 actually.
Yeah, I've not looked at that yet.
I just like the music when you turn your PS4 on. So yeah, well done, Jeff. That's yours.
Yeah, well done. Have you got a code for the other one to give away that we talked about a minute ago?
Yeah, we've in
front of you.
Yeah, so we got given a couple of codes for the Quest of Dungeons. So obviously Joe's just talked about it. Good, interesting game. So the first person to put this code in that's listening can have a copy for free. It's an EU code, so you need to be listening in the EU or using an EU PSN account. And the code is 2E2RK5N9 4QR3. I'm not going to read it out again.
Nah, they can rewind.
Exactly. But yeah, so
skip back, rewind's a bit retro in it.
Yeah. Just spin the tape back. But if you get that, let us know what you think, and if you agree with Joe, and give it a go and share some screens, and thank the guys at the developers up Full Studios that were kind enough to share that with us.
Okay, and finally, the PlayStation Platinum headset. Now, I've tried it out, but I don't have the VR at the moment, so I couldn't really try it out with the games. I imagine it'd be quite cool with that. But it looks nice. I mean, it's a much nicer looking headset than the Gold headset. Obviously, you can watch my video, my sort of unboxing / review on YouTube. That's all on there. Quite a few people watch that already. But yeah, it's a nice enough looking headset. The 3D audio for Uncharted seems to work well, but that's the only game that supports it at the moment, so it's a bit disappointing in that respect. But the sort of surround sound and all that seems to be a lot clearer than that of the Gold headset, which you would expect for sort of double the price, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I like the packaging it comes in.
Oh yeah, the packaging was nice, wasn't it?
Looks like the anniversary PS4. A real nice, clean box. And,
yeah, I thought that. Yeah. I mean, when you first see the box and you open it up, it's a bit like, oh, is this premium? But then you take it out and the black box is there and you open it up and it looks pretty cool. When you do that, you think, yeah, this is nice. And it's quite similar in a way to the Gold headset, and it's got the same sort of padding on the ears and stuff, but it just feels a lot more quality around the outside, the sort of frame of it, really.
Do you know what? I wonder why they didn't call it the PlayStation Headset Pro. Because it's weird, they've got this gold and platinum for their headsets, which is obviously a callback to the trophies. But then they've got PS4 Pro for the kind of top-end PS4.
Maybe it's because the other one was already called Silver. And then they've got the gold headset.
But why not called the PS4 Pro then a PS4 Platinum?
Oh, I don't know.
Weird, isn't it? I don't know, it's just a thought.
That one.
Yeah, there you go. I'm obviously cleverer than what some other people are.
It'd be pretty cool if it's platinum coloured, the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be nice.
It's a nice enough headset. I think I said in my review that if you're using it with VR, you need to plug it in again. You need to plug it into the remote of the VR. You can't use it wirelessly.
Right.
I
Oh.
think my exact words were, "Oh, you need to plug it into the VR ad into the spaghetti junction that is the PlayStation VR." Because that's kind of what it is, a spaghetti
Yeah.
junction VR in it.
Another wire. Yeah. Crazy.
I know, as if you don't have enough.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so that's it. And then obviously I streamed Stardew Valley, so I've got a few games in this week actually, which is quite good.
Yeah, so Stardew Valley, has that been the kind of only game you've been playing out of choice,
Well,
like, to
other
not
than those
review?
ones I've reviewed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the only game I've played. I've still not... I guess I could go back to the back catalogue of Watch Dogs 2 and... what else have I got in there? Watch Dogs 2 is probably one I could play more of, because I've not played a great deal of that. Not as much as I probably would have liked. I've played quite a lot of it. 2/3 or something. Skyrim I could go back to again. I don't know. It's just what I want to play at the moment. I don't really know if there's nothing of interest for me really came out near the end of the year.
Yeah.
Apart from Watch Dogs 2, which I thought was okay. So there's a lot of games I'm quite interested in are coming out soon, like Horizon, and then there's a few in March. April now with Micro Machines, so yeah. Get there.
Cool.
So yeah. What about you?
So I've been playing a few games. So I've been playing Flame of the Flood as well. I don't think I put as much time into it as you, but I gave that a go. Like I said, it's good. Day of the Tentacle I've been playing. I didn't like it. I finished it and got the Platinum Trophy with the aid of a guide, but it wasn't my kind of game. It was alright, but for free. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. And then I finally got two of the big grinds out of the way, so I finally platinumed Sebastian Loeb Rally and Dead or Alive X3. So yeah, that was good. I've kind of cleared some space now to start some new games, so I haven't played anything new this week. I'm debating now whether to go back. I played Last Guardian for about 20 minutes over Christmas, so I'm debating whether to go back to that or to start Stories, which is the PS Plus game this month. Last Guardian's weird for me because I was really excited for it, but I can't bring myself to play it, and I don't know why. I don't know. There's something about it that I just can't motivate myself to play. And I don't know if it's because it's finally here and I can't believe it, or I don't know. Just I don't know if it's because it's based on a PS3 engine. I don't know what it is, but I can't bring myself to put the disc in and play it. Yeah, I know, and everyone loves it, and like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it is retrospectively their game of the year," and all this. But I don't know. There's something in me that I don't feel motivated to play it, and I don't know what it is. So maybe I will.
Maybe it takes you a little while to warm to it, I would say, but once you do, you can sort of appreciate how good a game it is. It's really good. I've not actually completed it. I'm so close.
Right.
I kind of reviewed it before I completed it, but I was literally at the last wave or something. But I'm just still there at that last level.
Maybe
so
I should bite the bullet
at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens at the end. Generally, I complete a game before I review it, but it's just that time of year where it's so busy, and I just I'd got an hour to go, and I thought, well, I've seen it all now. I may as well review it, and I thought I would have completed it by the time I pressed publish, but I never.
Yeah, maybe I'll bite the bullet and play that. And then I also really want. I think the reason is I really want to play Gravity Rush 2, and I've seen a lot of people showing screenshots for it, and I haven't bought it yet, but I think I'm kind of holding out to buy that and start that rather than go back to Last Guardian. So
yeah, no, I'm quite tempted with that one. I don't know. Can't really afford it. I'm tempted by it.
Yeah, it does look. From the screens I've seen being shared, it looks amazing, and the first one's great. So yeah. Speaking of that, we've got our winner of the Gravity Rush 2 competition
already. So, awesome.
Yeah. So obviously we've been supplied the game by Monster Shop again. So thanks to them.
Thank you, Monster Shop.
Had quite a few retweets on this. I think quite a lot of interest just because it's a new game. And the winner of that is at Chalky83 on Twitter. So well done.
That name.
Oh, do you? Yeah, well done,
I don't know him, but I've heard the name. Is all I mean.
Good. Yeah, Well, we got quite a lot of interaction on Twitter going recently. It's quite nice. So starting to recognise names that I speak to quite a lot on there, which is good. It's nice to give games away to people that are talking about games rather than just people that retweet a load of competition tweets and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
no, there's you get a lot of people. I kind of unfollow them on my Twitter though. The ones who just retweet competitions and don't actually say anything. I mean,
yeah, you can mute retweets just as so you know. But yeah, so
I see. I never knew that.
Yeah, click on their little cog and you can block retweets. But yeah, well done, Shulky. I think we all follow each other anyway. If you drop us a DM with your address, I'll get Monster Shop to get that out to you as soon as possible. And if you can let us know what you think of it, share some screenshots to make us jealous, that'd be great.
Yeah, and when you're done with it, you can let me borrow it.
Cheeky. So yeah, that's all. That's like 3 games given away this week, though. Pretty awesome.
Brilliant. And still no mugs or t-shirts.
No, not yet. They cost us money, whereas when we get given games to give away, we don't need to invest. So. No, it's cool. So thanks everyone for, and not everyone can win, but thanks for taking part and retweeting and helping us spread the word. Because
we'll no doubt have more competitions at some point. Definitely.
The more kind of exposure that these competitions get, I think the more that we'll be given stuff to give away as well. It's, we're trying to spread the word of our podcast and
it's to number 1 and we can get a sponsor and we can have games to give away every week.
Could give away a Nintendo Switch.
Can give away mugs and t-shirts.
Speaking of stuff from the past, when are you going to smash your Blue Jewel Shock?
Oh no. I've lost it.
Oh, what shame.
I don't know where it went.
Oh,
it must have get lost.
Yeah, I don't know, eh?
To be fair, Travis smashed it the other day. My son. He smashed it, got angry with his sister and threw it at the wall. So there you go, someone smashed it for me.
So someone has done it, yeah. Good. I think a lot of people wanted to see that, though.
Yeah.
There you go. What a shame.
Filmed it.
So yeah, well done to all our winners. And that's what I've been playing and what you've been playing. So yeah, awesome.
I was just wish I had a sister, and then I see his sister winding him up all the time, and I think, maybe I'm best off I never had one. I don't know if it's a sibling thing, but bloody hell, they don't have to argue sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, calm it down, man. He gets so angry with her, but she knows how to push his buttons.
Yeah. So, does he get angry when he's playing games and stuff and throw the controller at the wall?
No, it's just his sister he gets angry at. She just knows how to push his buttons, though. She knows how to wind them up, and she does it all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's just brothers and sisters. I don't know.
I think it is.
Siblings, so I wouldn't know.
Sibling rivalry, yeah. It's definitely a real thing.
It's funny, though. They get on so well most of the time, but then sometimes she'll push his buttons and there's all hell breaks loose. They've both recently started doing their YouTube as well. So he's doing his when he's playing a game. I showed him how to play a game the other day. So he's playing a game. I never showed him how to play a game. I showed him how to play a game.
How to stream
his voice at the same time. So he done a little video where he's playing the game and he's in the video talking about it. He's quite funny, he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't know.
Sounds good. Takes after his dad. That's all right. We can just chat about things.
Yeah, it's just funny. I just reminded. Oh wait, because we were talking about the blue controller being smashed, I guess.
Yeah.
That brought it up. Yeah. So don't know what else.
I think we've been pretty much
an
everything.
Hour already.
Yeah.
I'm obviously feeling better, and I've been ranting on.
It's gone quick this week. Definitely gone quick.
Because I've been ranting on, like I always do. I'm a ranter.
So what's coming out this week? Next week?
So we've got Yakuza 0, we've got Resident Evil 7, Tales of Berseria, or Berseria, whatever you want to call it.
Berseria, yeah, Berseria, yeah.
Berseria, Tales of Berseria, that'd be quite cool. I'd play that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be better than Tales of Berseria. And Digimon World, a new Digimon World game. That's the ones I mentioned. I posted a video today for out this week, so if you want to see that, I think it's on our SquareXO as well. So if you look at our website, you'll see all the videos I've posted, and that out this week one I've posted. So that just highlights the main games coming out week, but also under it is listed all the other games coming out this week. So if you want to know the digital titles or anything like that, then they're all listed on the page as well. So
Awesome. So it's quite a good week then, isn't it, next week?
You can see that every week, by the way, so if you just want a list of games coming out, we always post them every Sunday, so that's quite a good thing. Yeah, so it's quite a busy week. That's what I was saying, it's quite busy next week, and then I think the week after, I'm not sure, might be busier. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I'll need to. I'm not really sure what other big titles is coming out the week after next, but I think there's a few. Hitman, the full season of Hitman's coming out. Have you played that yet?
No, I haven't. No, I've never played a Hitman game.
I played the first one and it was really good, the episode 1. I like the way they've done it episodic again, so if you just want to play them all at once, it'd be quite a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else is coming out. That's the only one that I remember for the week after next, but I know... I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Yeah.
My brain.
My gaming for the next few months will probably be grab Last Guardian, after you saying me to play it, then Gravity Rush 2, then Switch for Zelda, and then straight back to Persona 5 and Nier Automata. Yeah. That'd be my kind of first 3 or 4 months, I think.
Yeah, it's quite a few busy months. I can't remember. There was one in my head there that's coming out in February, and I can't remember what it was now. No, I'm not into all those sort of weird games you're into.
Not weird games, they're just games.
Yeah, but they're sort of Japanesey, aren't they? They're a bit out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are out there, if you know what I mean. They're not...
Yeah.
Well, they're not out there if you like that sort of game. You know what I mean? They're different. They aren't a sort of Western style story. They're a sort of
very
drawn out. A lot of them are drawn out, aren't they? Where they're quite big, sort of.
I don't know.
Big long stories.
Depends which ones you play, but I think that's good for us to have differing opinions anyway, because it means we don't play the same stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some of them, I'm sure there's plenty we do play that we both like, but it's just I generally don't go for games like that. But then when I do, I surprise myself and I might like them. Digimon's a good example. I thought to myself, yeah, I'm not playing that rubbish. But then I played it and it was actually alright.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Pokemon, really. I'd say.
Yeah, it is.
Cyberpunk.
There were the 2 games were released at the cartoons were out around the similar time, weren't they? So Pokemon cartoons came out, and then all of a sudden Digimon came out, and then the 2 games got...
These Tales games and Naturo, I can't be doing with that, no way.
No.
There's one a month. No, you're not right.
Seemingly, yeah, it seems like it. I don't think there is.
Oh, Naturo, what the hell, the amount of them we reviewed over the years, it felt like we were getting one every other week. It's like, oh, here's a new Naturo, oh thanks, so here it is. I thought you sent me that last week. No, this is a new one.
Well,
oh, come on. Do we really need this many? And the Tales game, I mean, the Tales one, Tales of Odyssey, that's the 16th in the main series. That's not even counting the spin-offs.
Because it wasn't that long ago that Zestiria came out.
I know, and it's like, I can't be doing with it. But then you get games like Ni no Kuni, which is really pretty cool. So yeah, I do like some Japanese games, I have to say. It depends if I give it a chance or not. But if it's if I look at like Gravity Rush, for instance, brilliant game. But it's still a kind of bit odd, isn't it?
But yeah, it's still very niche. Well, it's still very Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've never really been the one into Japanese culture, really. I've never really... Not that it doesn't appeal to me or anything, it's just... I guess it doesn't appeal to me, otherwise I would be purely excited about it, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But nah, I'm just not. I just prefer my sort of... I guess I just like my own culture.
Scottish one. Iron Brew and deep fried Mars bars.
So games that... I'm quite happy with games that are sort of movie-like in a way, like Uncharted and Last of Us and sort of Western games I do like. But it's quite nice to sometimes try different games like the Japanese ones, because you do get some good ones. I absolutely love Everybody's Golf. I can't wait for that to come out. That's made by Studio Japan, in it.
Yeah.
Such a good game as well. It's really good. I bet the PS4 one's going to be brilliant. Oh, I can't wait. So exciting.
Won't be long.
I know. So there was something annoying me. It's stuck in my head now. It's like a game coming out in February. I can't remember what it is, and it's really annoying me now. I can't remember what it was.
You'll have to tweet it if you remember once we've gone, because I'm not sure of the releases in February. I don't think there's anything I'm buying in February. So
No, hold on. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go it before we go. We're going in a minute. We've been talking for over an hour. People probably
Hopefully
get fed up listening to us.
People have probably already been at work now. Got to work. They're like, "Shut up, guys! I've got to go in."
Still
But they can't
talking.
go in. Sorry.
I know what it was. It was the Lego Dimensions Batman movie pack. Because obviously Batman the movie's coming out next month, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're
I
releasing
love the Lego movie.
They're releasing a story pack for it on Lego Dimensions, and I've never really got into season 2 of Lego Dimensions, but that one appeals to me really.
Yeah. I've not played Lego Dimensions either, but I do like the Lego games.
Yeah, I played the first season of it, but I've just never. They've brought out a new season with the yellow bases, new characters. I thought, oh, I'm not buying all them as well because it cost a fortune. But yeah, they're bringing out a Lego Dimensions Batman movie story pack, and then in the same day there's a Knight Rider fun pack as well, so you can get Knight Rider, although it's not a story. See,
it's, just characters kind of thing.
Yeah, and also For Honor's coming out next month. I'm not sure about that one. Halo Wars 2 as well. That's a few I'm not sure about. It's not really a busy month next month, so that's just a few things that stick in my head. That Neo, what you say, oh, look, a new Naturo's out next month, surprise, surprise. And a new Dragon Ball as well.
Yeah, I won't be playing either of them.
Told you, didn't I? There's a new Naturo every month. If it's not Naturo, it's a Tales of game, or it's something else. But
I'm sure that please our good listener Turnip Lord. I bet he loves a Naruto game. Don't you?
Cost him a fortune buying one of them every week.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, but there you go.
If you see his shelf, you need about 10 billion shelves just to put them all on.
Yeah, Turnip Lord, tweet us your game shelf.
Yeah, it shows your Naturo shelf. How do you fit them all in your house? How'd you find your PlayStation under all those discs?
You might buy them digital.
Yeah, you might do. You need a big hard drive. I think a hard drive's been invented that big yet.
Or if it has, it'll be expensive.
Okay, doke. Right, let's shut up now because we're dragging it on a bit, and it's 1 hour 10 minutes nearly. That's too much. Too much.
I need to have dinner.
Not too much as long as it's fun, I don't suppose.
Don't know where that line is and how long ago we crossed it. But
nah, I don't know. Oh well, never mind. Okay then, we're going to go. Join us again next week. Remember to like, subscribe, check out all the channels we mentioned at the start. And that's it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.